Weekend Warriors, that was Broncos rookie quarterback Bo Nix. He feels bad if he didn't start Courtland Sutton. But the problem is, we didn't usually start Courtland Sutton because of how Bo Nix has played.
No.
The good news is Bo Nix was great this week.
He really was.
28 of 37, 284 yards, 3 touchdowns, Matthew. 4 carries for 5 yards. He still got a touchdown on the ground, but the Bo Nix, Tim Tebow, Taysom Hill style ended this week.
He looked better. Now,
Yes.
It was a home game against the Carolina Panthers, a depleted Carolina Panthers defense.
Borderline, that's like a spring team.
I mean, it's
Sorry.
a little bit here, but still, he's had at least 20 fantasy points one way or the other in 3 of the last 4 games, and he had 3 touchdown passes, which this is somebody who again had 5 total pass-on touchdowns in his first 7 games. So again, Bo Nix, hooker, and next week he gets Baltimore, a game where you think again you can throw on Baltimore. So it continues to be a viable streamer.
Yeah. I think you make the case that Carolina is twice as bad as any other team in the NFL right now. In terms of how the betting market treats them, they're treated as about 11 points worse than your average team, and the next worst team would be like the Patriots or the Raiders, who are like 6 points worse than your average team. So it's just not viable at the moment. I mean, they're 7-point dogs at home to New Orleans this coming week. So that's what they're at.
Spencer Rattler, Bo Nix.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think Derek Carr will be back to salvage that one, but
hopefully.
Very grim. But good that Bo Nix was at least. I mean, there is something to being able to light up a bad team, and I wasn't sure that Bo Nix was going to be able to do that, and he did. So it's encouraging. He's getting better.
Yeah, and he got Courtland Sutton involved, and so it was encouraging to see.
Pretty dominant win for the Bills, Jay. And James Cook has 17 carries for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns off of that. He also caught 3 passes. When the Bills' offense is really humming, James Cook is going, and is the reason for it most of the time.
Yeah, definitely. And look, the Seattle run defense is one of the worst in the NFL. Think about what even the Falcons did to them last week. Bijan Robinson's best game in a long time. So there's not much resistance, but still encouraging that Cook was able to get that much of the workload. Because I think after Ray Davis performs really well, certainly I thought that he might be a bigger part of the backfield, but no, it's just the James Cook show.
And the other concern coming into the season for James Cook is, look, we know his passing game usage will be there, and we know he's going to get a decent amount of work in between the 20s, but is Josh Allen going to steal?
Right.
Is he going to get vultured at the goal line? Because this is somebody in his first 2 NFL seasons had 4 total touchdowns. 4 in 2 years. Well, through 8 weeks, he's got 7 rushing touchdowns on the season. Like they're using when they get him close. And so he's a locked-in RB1. It's been great to see.
Same could be said for Josh Jacobs right now, Matthew. 25 carries, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Obviously, some of that is Jordan Love getting hurt in this game, but still a lot of production for Jacobs.
He's had at least 20 touches in 3 of the past 4 games. I mean, they brought him in there to be a workhorse, and he has been exactly that. Nice to see him get 2 rushing touchdowns. He had just 1 total in the first 7 games, so you knew that positive regression was going to come here. But, listen, Josh Jacobs also, he's the lead running back, getting a ton of work on a very good offense. Good for you. If you got him, you got a bargain. Wherever he went in drafts, it was too low as well. He's running back 3 heading into Monday Night Football.
Jay, Ladd McConkey is establishing himself as Justin Herbert's #1 target. He caught all 6 of his targets, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns for the rookie wide receiver out of Georgia.
Yeah, and I think the key here is just that they're continuing to throw the ball. This isn't the offense that it was in the first 2-3 weeks of the season as Justin Herbert has gotten healthier. They are throwing the ball more. Herbert, again, 2nd week in a row, he absolutely sails by his passing prop. He was set at 205 and a half.
198 at open.
Yeah, he goes for 279.
But you look, exactly. That was a great bet that you called on Fantasy Football pregame. I cashed that. Thank you very much. I tailed you. But look at the top of this list, right? Okay, you got my guy 8, CeeDee Lamb at 1, but Ladd McConkey, Cedric Tillman, Marvin Harrison, 3 rookies. This is the time of year when rookie wide receivers start coming into their own, and we've seen this over the last couple of years, especially over the second half of the season. Rookie wide receivers, not even and Brian Thomas isn't listed there. Right. Malik Neighbors is going to play tonight. It's going to continue to, and I know Tillman's not a rookie wide receiver; he's a second-year guy, but young
Feels
wide
like
receivers
it.
still.
Yeah.
Basically a rookie.
This is his first, no
because he didn't get any
means
work.
You're reborn.
Yes, exactly.
That's where you're going.
Exactly, but I do think McConkey is legitimate. No Quentin Johnson in this one, so no QJ, but still, he's had at least a 20% target share in 6-7 games this year. And Herbert continues to look healthier and healthier. So I think with McConkey, I don't know that he's going to have 29 fantasy points every week, but I don't think this is a fluke.
Our last weekend warrior, Calvin Ridley, alive and well, Matthew. He's wide receiver 5 right now after catching 10 of 15 targets for 143 yards. Things look different with Ridley and Mason Rudolph out there.
I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, just it's not like the targets and the route participation isn't new. He's been out there a lot. They've been trying to target him a lot. It's just he hasn't been on the same page with Will Levis. With Mason Rudolph, game script helped. The Lions were kicking their butts for much of this game, so that helped. But certainly, Ridley, super talented wide receiver, was getting a ton of targets, and obviously now with DeAndre Hopkins in Kansas City, there's even less competition for targets on a team that's likely going to be throwing in many of their games because of game script. So, great to see Ridley off the schneid. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotoworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.